you want to follow along, you can download the free app on your Google Play Store or iPhone Store, and it's MetaTrader 4 or MT4. What book are you using to trade on MT4? Randy, I'm still using Eagle FX. The reason why I've been using Eagle FX, an outside broker, it's regulated elsewhere, but not in the US, is because they have a four-tier uh, like affiliate program. So when I refer people to Eagle FX, if they trade dollar lots, I'll make $4 per their trade. So at the end of the month, my sure thing. So at the end of the month, they will always deposit a big chunk of money in my trade account, and that's one of the ways I make money. But we'll discuss a little further some of the different ways that we actually trade and make money. So I'm just allowing people to come in as I speak. That's why I have this on. I have text messages coming through, so I'm just giving it a minute or two. Okay, guys? Let me check. 2 minutes, and we'll begin. Cool. So a lot of people ask me, what is it that I do? Like how I go about doing things. So let me begin this now. Actually, it's gonna wait. It's minute 7:10, but let me just begin this now because more people are gonna come in, and somebody else is on this line, and I want them to have an opportunity to do their thing. I also have some pretty big hitters in the chat too. Welcome. I'm really happy to see you guys. It's been a long time, and it's beautiful to see you guys. Let me put on my AC right quick. All right. So guys, I wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning usually. If I'm not going to go to the gym, I'll wake up at 6, but I'll wake up at 7. Look at my phone, and within a minute, I can identify, 8 different trades within a few minutes. I'm gonna give you an idea of how that goes and why I'm so good at it, and why I can see these setups without any real tools. So at the end, you might see post anything online, and I'll have indicators there because I'm always teaching something. I'm always trying to show people a way out of, even if all you have to do is really look at the picture, anything I post, and you can see some of the things that I'm doing. And I tend to just leave it there sometimes because I got used to it. But without any distractions, you'll get a naked chart like this, and then if you have a bunch of systems in your platform, any of your platform, you can have a bunch of templates that will transform any chart to look like, what am I? I'm on I'm on ADA, so 88. So that's what's the other name for 88? Man, I forgot. I'm invested in it, but I forgot. But it's like a ripple right. All right, so it just moves almost exactly like Ripple. Let me show you. And sometimes I get nervous because I'm so heavily invested in Ripple that I didn't go in as hard on ADA, Cardano. There you go, Cardano. And when I look at Cardano feels to me like it's going to possibly outperform XRP at some point. But look at XRP, look at the price. We're about 46 cents, right? And Cardano. And then when we look at XRP, we're about 52 cents, but almost the exact same chart, the exact same setup. So here's a perfect example. I'll go in and I will scan the chart. Sometimes I avoid the news on purpose because of things like this, where you get a whiplash on both sides, and that's either going to be what we refer to as stop loss hunting. For those that are new, that means when some of us that trade, we'll enter a trade and we'll put a security stop loss in case it goes against us. We won't lose our money. We lose what we decide to risk. And usually when we do take trades, we don't want to take trades that is not a minimum of 1 to 2, 1 to 5. I know people that don't trade anything unless it's 1 to 8, 1 to 10, and they like to catch huge moves, but those are your swing traders. As you can see, This is a very easy chart to read. Without this, it might look a little random. But here's what I have that allows me to stay in the trade and avoid noise. Okay? So as you can see, what I decided to do is I chose colors that don't affect my psychology. The colors that I have here, actually, I read a book. I forget the name of the book, but it was like the father of psychology, of like trading psychology. It's probably worth you guys reading. I'll find the resource somewhere. But I read somewhere how colors were programmed to either do the opposite or to feel like we failed. So when you get as a kid, when you fail, you get an F in red. When you're told to don't go or stop, it's in red, right? When it's in green, you're told to go. So in other words, at some point, I've noticed that when I was in the trade, I felt a little nervous. And the reason why you will feel nervous, write this down. The only time you feel nervous and unprepared is because you're uneducated and don't have enough information. And that's true for any aspect of life, any skill, anything you're studying. You might feel stressed is because you're not educated enough. You don't have enough information, enough training. So instead of going into a spiraling story in your head, which this will bring out of you really easy, you have to understand. Go back to basics, go back to fundamentals, and read the story. So for me, I'll wake up, I will look at this chart, and my chart is already set up with what I call master levels. What are master levels? Leo's master levels, or seven-figure trading secrets master levels, are basically daily, weekly, and monthly pivots. Instead of letting any tool do it for me, I would either go on your free indicators and look up something called fractals. It's free. When you click on indicators and you put on fractals, you will have, as a matter of fact, I'll show you right now, for those that are new to it, or you might have heard me talk about this before, they're set up at a seven period, here it is, at a seven period, what you want to call it, or seven periods. Okay, so in other words, you're going to, Bill Williams probably, I think it is, fractals, right? So you click on fractals, you notice it's no real parameters. As soon as you click it on, you're going to see all these arrows signaling tops and bottoms or reversals. It usually will paint once 2 or 3 candles is ahead of it, and you can use these as what other, let's say, ICT trader or institutional trader will call, break of structure, or they have different institutional terms, BOS, break of structure, or when you have a new cycle. Now, I'm aware that there's some new people in here, so I'm going to avoid some of that terminology, and I do have a tool that will paint this on the screen so that you sort of see what I'm talking about. So if you have any questions in your head, just hang on, because more than likely I'm going to answer it. Now, for me, there's four to five building blocks. I have my daily, weekly levels. I usually have my supply and demand. Without reading this, I have different things that allow me to read momentum, volume, or the fact that I only trade at very specific times. I trade in very specific times because there are markets that we are trading. Right now, we are in Asian market, but when you wake up in the morning at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning, that's New York market. So between 7 in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, I tend to observe the market if I want to, just to see if something else is going to happen. All right, but it's pretty clear. So one, I have my levels. Two, I will look for something. I will also have my supply and demand levels laid out. Like, for example, I'm working on a robot that trades USD CHF. It trades gold. It trades GU. Right now, I have it off, so it's not trading on in front of you, and I don't want to worry about it. But here it is again. By the way, here's the signal that you can tell they're very accurate. I don't know if you noticed it on Ripple. Um, Probably one of the most accurate things I've ever worked on. And so it's pretty cool. Anyway, so you can see I went to USDCHF and you can see that my levels are already laid out. Some people may not like this. This may be distracting for other people. And this is an indicator called strong trend that lets me know that every time frame is facing one direction. So I would trade that direction. Right now it's 50-50, where the Bulls and the Bears are just basically battling to get control of USDCHF and is making it consolidate. Okay? If I continue, where is it? Here. This is a system that I've had a long time ago that I've worked on and sold to a company and made my first monies. And it did great commercially, and that's when I actually I met Nes around that time. And believe it or not, Nes said, "Yo, you were the first to do it. You were the first seven-figure trader." And he said, "Man, that's a great name." And I looked at him and I said, "Wow." The hair stood up on my arms, and the rest is history. I became a trader. Some of you guys know that I'm an actor at first. It's my dream, it's my baby, it's my love. But I'm also an entrepreneur, I'm a businessman, I'm invested in real estate, I have different businesses, etc. I've been involved in a lot of things throughout my life, and through God's blessings, I've been very lucky. And some of those reasons that I'm very lucky is because I have relationships like my boy Nes, Jesus, Yanko. These are people that have great impact in my life, and they were great people. And God tends to send you people that points to a direction. Let's just say that paid attention. So such systems like this, to get back on track, allows me to read strength and momentum. When I combine it with, let's say, this is an indicator that prints out supply and demand. Again, supply would be up top, demand would be in the bottom. When the supply is taken out, sometimes it gets utilized now as demand. Supply turns into demand and will continue going. You see how it's red? Maybe when it breaks above it, we use it, and it will continue going. For me, the reason why I need to trade this completely bullish is very easy. The third thing I'm looking for is harmonic patterns, guys. And it's not that difficult. It's really not that difficult. A lot of people have too many tricks to do things. And for me, I feel like it just serves to serve more of a distraction. But we look for harmonic patterns as a third level of confluence or confirmation. Very easily, I know for you guys that's been trading, you guys can see this is called a V bottom. All right, let me change the color. And I'm gonna go a little faster here. Where is the color? Where's the color? There it is. Orange here. So this is a V bottom. When you see a V bottom, literally, it looks like this. I'm gonna tell you a couple of ways I trade. Just off the rip, this is a master class, so we're gonna go over things, and I guess I want you guys to write questions down, or if you have anything like that. Here's an indicator I have that pretty much is a supply and demand or support and resistance and trend lines tool. It prints out my trend lines tool, and it prints out these pivots here, which ICT traders would call that what I was referring to, break structure and stuff like that. Like I said, I don't want to get into this terminology just yet in this first class, and then we can get into more of that technical stuff and get a little harder. I don't know who's on this that is new, but since we've already started, I'm not gonna ask, okay? So I'm just gonna assume that you guys have some basic knowledge on trading, and if not, when I end this, I will answer your questions at the beginning. So again, for me, it was very simple to see that I had a V bottom My tools and indicators lend support for me. Gave me the confidence to know I'm in the same. I'm correct in my analysis. So by the time this trade got here, once my demand was taken out, and I'll get into that in a second. Um, Once my demand was taken out, and and I realized we're still on a. There's different reasons why I knew we were going to continue selling. Here's a quick one, really quick. There's a M formation here. So M formations, V bottoms, W's, diamond cuts, flag formations, guys. You understand whether that flag formation looks like this or the flag is facing this way, like gold was, and it broke down, and we'll get into that. You got flag formations, you got head and shoulders, and then we have the inverted versions of all of these plus more. Okay, what I mean by this, guys, and for those that don't know what I'm talking about, usually this diamond cut or this shape will encompass V bottoms and inverted head and shoulders. If you have a harmonic tool, which I do have, it will basically just highlight this like this, and then oh, I don't want to get ahead of myself. I noticed that these tools. Okay, so now we understand that I'm looking for harmonic patterns, classic M formations, and we know we break. You know, when you start mastering this, a lot of people want you to enter at the break of the structure right here. I'm not a fan of that. I'm more of a ninja trader, so I tend to get these ninja entries because my charts are laid out perfectly with these what I call master levels. I don't let any tool do it for me. I verify those levels, and then you got multiple confirmations here, right? And we had a quick boom, and we had a quick continuation, quick pullback. It hit the pivot, it hit my master level, bounced off, hit the master level again, and continued to sell. In other words, that is called a drop-based drop, which we're going to get into right now. The fourth thing or fourth confirmation I'm looking for, guys, real quick, is this pattern. It's four basic patterns that I look for, and it's not difficult. It is referred to as a rally, base, rally, or a rally, base, drop, or a drop, base, drop. And we have a drop, base, rally. These are the four main components or patterns that show up in trading that form any harmonic pattern or any move. In other words, we're going to have a rally, a base, and then a continuation, a rally. Okay? This is what people are charging thousands of dollars, $10,000 to learn these four symbols right here. They are charging people 10, 20, 40, 50. Ask Nes, am I lying? Go to online trading group. They are charging tens of thousands of dollars to teach you something that I have boiled it down to these four cuneiform shapes or symbols, if you will. Just these four. I swear everything I love that all your trading, every secret you ever wanted to know is within these four basic symbols. Within these symbols, they develop your W's, your head and shoulders, your inverted head and shoulders, your M's, so on and so forth. Oh, by the way, another one is the V bottom itself, because as you drop, then this will be the base. Base, rally, and then the opposite is true, okay? These two symbols obviously exist because it's showing up right there in front of you. Now I'm going to erase this. I'm going to show you how you actually use this to gain control of your trading, to gain the eye you need to trade with, okay? So remember I said there's the rally, base, rally symbol. This is your rally, this is your base, and there's your continuation rally again. Now, since this is a V bottom, the base will be the actual tip, and you can tell this is beautifully set up because not only does it break the structure, but it climbs back in. And we're gonna get what the fifth level of confluence for me is, or sixth level, fifth or sixth level, but that's reading candlestick formations. Okay, but as you can see, we have a rally base rally, or a rally base rally. There's the in the trading world, you know how they say as above, so is below. The macro, the micro. This is true in trading. They are V bottoms within V bottoms, W's within W's within W's, or a inverted head and shoulders will turn out into, let's say, a V bottom. It's all within it. So right now we're on the 1 hour chart. I trade on the 1 hour chart because it gives me a good eye for me. It allows me to see enough for me to know what I need to do, and when I don't know what I'm doing, or I can't tell what I'm doing, when in doubt, zoom out. So that's what I'll do. I'll zoom out to get a bigger picture. Okay, which is part of uh, you know part of your seeker, part of the eye. And as you can see how my structure or how the market used my structure to bounce in and out of the the trading field. It's without fail. You can't. Sometimes when I mess up, I don't get nervous because I am so structured out that I know what's my next level. I know if it's a pivot, a counter trend trade. In other words, we're going one direction, but we stop here and I eat this from here to there. Okay. Now this is USD CHS, so it's probably not a lot. This is like maybe 10 pips. We got 90, 95 to about 91. I lied. So this is 95 flash. So this is about 45 pips from here to there. And had you been trading $1 lot, that's gonna make you $10 per point. So the way that works, like this, for it's basic knowledge in trading. 1 penny actually helps you control um, 10 cents. Okay? So that means that each pip, or those 45 pips that we're talking about, it will be times 10 cents. Now, 10 cents allows you to control or profit from or lose $1. That means those 45 what we're doing, and we all learned that not all success is equal. Not everybody clapping for you is actually happy for you, and so we're now having a different type of conversation, a different type of communication, and making sure that we have nothing but the greatest people around us, so that we don't go through some of those headaches that we went through with a bunch of the scammers out here in this world. Um, so I want to show you what that looks like. So now I go down, I go for my daily, find my zone, my supply, right, and my demand zone. Then I drop down to my 1 hour. Now what I want to show you is that this little structure that I made right here, that zone. My dog is going crazy. So I zoomed in and did this because I wanted to show you what that actually looked like. How will you actually trade it? Okay? And if you don't have these structures, now you understand, or these pivots or these zones or these lugs that I have here, now you understand why the market moved in and out of these structures the way it did. It didn't do that because I did these lines. I discovered these lines without doing any crazy scientific moves over here, or wild theories, or wild systems, or indicators, or anything. Just because bullshit walks and the truth moves the market. So instead of focusing on all these theories and all these different, I understand what numbers do, and how does that work in the world. How does money actually move? You understand? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna let my dog out. Okay? So, I zoom in. Let me show you what that looks like in the 15-minute. Because this is what people do. They will go down onto a lower time frame. And now, on a lower time frame, you can read a whole bunch of stuff. Another big bottom, followed by an engulfing candle. We have a rally, base rally. You get what I'm saying? We had a drop, base, drop, base, drop. They were both taken out by an engulfing candle, telling you we're bullish. But once we have a breakout, a lot of times we have a pullback. This is a rule for a lot of traders. If there's no pullback, there's no trade for them. So it's referred to as breakout, pullback, continuation, or BPC. So when it pulled back, because I broke down my structure from my zone from a daily to 4 hour, and I forgot to bring it down to the 1 hour. If I would have brought it down to the 1 hour, you would have seen the zone got right here. It would have been nothing but wick entries. Okay? And then this would have given me a wick or ninja entry off the main demand that I had generated. Now, when I did that, look how we used it. And what does that happen to be? That indecision candle. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This formation right here is probably one of the most highest probability for. You could just get an indicator and or a programmer, have them program something called shooting stars, dark clouds. These are candlestick formations grouped together. They have these names: shooting stars, dark clouds, piercing candles. It should be highly profitable. These are just Japanese words for what's happening in price. Okay? And when it did, boom. Look at this. Another engulfing candle. Look how it used the structure. It was already there. Look. Boom. And look at that. Breakout, fractal breakout, break of structure, utilize that symbol. And continue. But since it's a 15-minute, you gotta know your take profits, how to enter, how to exit. All right, guys. So what do you think? What do you think of this so far? I could keep going, but are you getting the idea? You can unmute yourselves if you want to talk. Any feedback? Oh, we got some people in the chat. All right.
Anybody want to say something? Anybody has any questions real quick?
It was an awesome breakdown, bro.
Thank you, Ness. Thank you, bro. You already know. Ness, this is my boy Ness, guys. Nestor Velasquez. Over 100,000 followers. A multi-millionaire success story. This guy literally came from the hood. Been in war. He's a father of, I believe, three or four now. Is it four?
It's three.
Three, sorry. With uh and you know what? He does it and he continues to do it. Maybe he can share a little bit about his mindset behind it because one thing is here to teach you how to trade and make money and print money. It's another to teach you how to be a person, how to be resilient, how to have tenacity and and how to become unfuckable. I mean, this man has seen success, he has had his challenges, and he continues to find a way to grow. He continues to find a way to be positive. He continues to find a way to be successful with kids, mortgages, cars, businesses. What is your excuse, guys? You understand? So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pass it over. Yes, Randy, I won't forget. I'll definitely send that to you. I'm gonna pass it over to you now, to Ness. I'm gonna give him control and have him share a few things, guys. So if you like this so far, he's gonna share a little bit of his perspective and how he does things. And I'm excited, guys. So stay with me, and we're gonna continue this money train. All right, just give me 1 second. Let me stop sharing. Let me pass it over to him. There's so much.
Hi, good night, Leo. While you're passing it over, just want to give you a shout out. Night, night.
Oh, thank you. It's good to hear your voice.
Yes, indeed. Bless you.
Awesome. Blessings. Um, Real quick, guys. This is a flag formation that broke structure. There's your sell off. But anyways, let me pass it over to him. 1 second. Make you. I do is give you the participants. Where are the participants? And where are you?
Leo, while you're doing that, would you be able to reinstall the system for me on my
Yeah.
machine,
Yep.
please?
Of course.
It got messed up, yes.
No problem. Make hosts. Okay. All right. I'm gonna make him host and I'm gonna mute myself without further ado. Welcome, Nestor Velasquez.
Thank you so much, guys. Let's give Leo a 777 in the chat for a job well done. He's done absolutely fantastic. I'm really proud for him. Show Leo some love. Honestly, I got to keep it a buck. Back in 2015 when me and my friends was starting out in his journey. Leo was the first one to actually break seven figures out of all of us. We were actually a couple of years behind him. But what's so insane is that Leo's vibration is on such a high level, he attracts top tier success to himself. And by extension, by us being close to Leo, just being around his energy, some magic happened. Several of us that's, been on the grind together, whether it was digital business or actually just learn the skill set of trading, we become seven figure level individuals on both spectrums. And these are industries where you have to reach the top percent, the top 1% to get that. So what I realized, after hanging with Leo for all these years, since like 2012, and seeing what we saw unfold in the last decade, what I realize is this: when people really click together and they have that mindset and they're on that high level vibration and we keep each other accountable, we end up surviving the long game. Really, there's nothing super great about us other than consistency. Consistency is the true ingredient behind wealth creation. And so I'm here to tell you, everyone that's on this Zoom right now, the only difference between us and you is we got started way before. That's really it. As long as you stay in the game, you're good. So I'm gonna show you a couple of things that worked out for me. I'm the kind of individual, I really like to keep things super simple. That's how I started. You can ask Leo when all these guys were trying to show me how to trade back in 2015, they would lose me. They would lose me quick. But once I actually started to see the people around me make money, then I decided to pay attention. And you know how it goes. Wherever focus goes, energy flows. What is focus? FOCUS. Follow one course until successful. So even after making millions of dollars as a trader, breaking my first million in January of 2019, I decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to remain a student, because this is one of these industries where no matter how far you go, there's always something new to learn. And this is because we are a part of the financial technology space, the fintech space. We are the first to get vital information on what's going to transform the world later. We get hands on certain technologies first. So, for example, we're exploring the world of AI, and as traders, we use AI a lot too. Leo is, he'll show you all the systems, he'll show you his templates, the indicators, everything he uses. And he also knows how to do everything manually. We are in another age right now where we can also use tools that are AI based, right? And so I'm going to show you a couple of things that I do, a couple of tools that I use to just identify some opportunities. Now, not only let me just clear this all up real quick. I use TradingView. Mostly I do use MetaTrader as well. I have quite a few tools within MetaTrader to include the harmonic tools and stuff as well. I'm a big fan of harmonics. Let me minimize this for a second. Let me show you my MetaTrader 5 real quick. Let's see if this go in. Oh no, oh well, I guess I can't find it. Hold on.
Hey guys, make sure you stay muted.
All right, here we go. All right, so I like to use the terminal here on MetaTrader as well. I use a few tools for it. If you actually go into the MetaTrader store and go download some indicators, there's a lot that you can explore that's actually free, which is pretty cool. Obviously, the ones that Leo use are real premium ones that he's been using for quite a while. My style is more on TradingView. And so, for example, one of the tools that I like to use, I like to go into indicators. I like to use one of my invite-only tools. This is for harmonic patterns. So you could get on TradingView, you could get on MetaTrader, you could get it on, you can even get it on web-based apps as well. So, for example, when you go over to harmonicscanner.ai, you'll have this that'll pull up, a lot of useful tools, and it'll show you take profit, stop loss, the entry points, it'll give you the zones, everything that you need to do, everything you need to see in order to identify opportunity. And that's the thing, right? Now, if you have a working strategy and you've been back testing that strategy, you really want to stick with it, because at the end of the day, even if you stick to basic break and retest, you'll be all right. But what's going to set you apart from everyone else is actually learning how to use a lot of these tools. And here's why. Every trader that's beginning, every trader that is just starting out, they're all doing just regular supply and demand, entry points. And so a lot of these institutions, they're seeing where everyone is buying. They're seeing where everyone is selling. They know where everyone's stop loss is because they could tell by volume. And so they'll go on ahead and conduct a stop hunt, which is basically liquidity for them. They're just coming in for the money grab. And the reason why that is because, as we know, Forex, right, the foreign exchange market is a decentralized market. It's really just a big game of tug of war, right? And it ain't about how many people is in it. It's about how much volume is being traded. So you could literally gather all the retail traders like you and me all around the world, and we can go crazy and start putting in the same entries, the same take profit levels, all that good stuff. But if $1 billion hedge fund comes into play and they're seeing what's going on and they're about to put volume in the market, they're going to grab their money and they're going to leave us in the dust. So that's how it is. We could combine all the retail traders around the world and we still won't have the volume of money compared to the major financial institutions that is really moving big bucks, right? And we all know, right? Foreign exchange markets, a free floating exchange, the majority of the movements that happen is geopolitical events. And right now we are in a very sensitive time politically, especially when it comes to trade deals, when we're looking at GDPs, when we're looking at countries' debts and things like that. All that plays a part on how big of a player we are in the world, right? And so when you realize that this is beyond just trading and we're literally looking at economics on a chart, it's a completely different story. So a lot of stuff actually does become your business. This explains why a lot of top tier traders, they keep their channels on, whether it's CNN Money or Fox Business. They keep their channels on because there might be things that's going to impact the markets that these economic calendars won't pick up when you're doing your fundamental analysis. And that's just how it is. So if we can identify opportunities for ourselves and use the power of certain indicators together, we're going to get that confluence. We're going to get multiple confirmations, right, in order for us to make educated decisions in the market. I know Leo went on for a while, right? But I'll tell you, a very simple strategy that worked for me is something that still works to this day, all right? And that is the simple scalper strategy, right? Some of you know it, some of you don't know it. But basically, the simple scalper strategy, I've updated it throughout the years. But the simple scalper strategy, for the most part, okay, it's going to identify, all right, quite a few opportunities. If you don't know what the Bollinger Band is, John Bollinger created this indicator, and 90% of the market stays between the top and the bottom indicator, right? When you are looking at the market and you see what's going on, right? And the market is just finding balance, right? The market is ranging or consolidating. There's different terminologies for the same thing, right? So ranging, consolidating, finding balance, whatever, right? Whenever the market is finding balance, then there goes an opportunity for you to get in on some really, really quick profits and for you to, really seize the opportunity. So whenever you see the prices outside of the bands, whether it's outside of the lower band or outside of the top band, these are entry points for potential reversals, right? And so we have to gather several confirmations in order for us to be comfortable with doing just that. So for example, right over here, when we grab this using these drawing tools, we could actually just mark them up right over here if we want to really take advantage of some of these opportunities and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to go in this trade right over here. I'm going to go right over here and let's take this trade to this point over here, and voila, all right, we can score 37 pips. How do you know where to do your stop loss, take profits? There's several ways to do it. We could use Fibonacci retracement. We could use all kinds of different tools to measure stop loss, take profit. I'll keep it real simple for you. One of my favorite tools to use is the long position tool and the short position tool. Long position tool for buys, short position tools for sells. So let's say I wanted to buy right over here, okay? First thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to first define what my risk is. So I'm going to say, you know what? Look, I'm going to go in for a 15 pip risk, okay? And I want to go for a 30 pip reward, or let's make it 45. So it's a 3-to-1 risk reward ratio, right? Let's go over here to 45. Let's go 45. Boom, right here. Okay, there we go. That is a risk reward ratio of 3-to-1. Okay, that is a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So if the trade goes in a positive direction, we just score 45 pips. If it goes in a negative direction, it goes negative 15 pips. And that's one of the things that everyone has to get into the habit of. What I realized though, check this out. What I realized though, is that risk management is more important than accuracy. Risk management is a little bit more important than accuracy. Let's say I did a 1 to 10. Let's say I did a 10-to-1 risk to reward ratio on all of my trades, right? And let's just say I lost 8 trades, but I won 2, right? When you actually look and do the math, if you win 2 trades and those take profit price points are extremely high while the other ones were pretty low, you're actually going to be up at the end of it. So risk management is just as equally, if not more important than accuracy itself. I've learned this by trial and error. I've learned this by using multiple tools, especially high frequency tools. You know, the kind of tools that will help you pass these prop firms and things like that. Listen, there's if you operate like a machine, you'll get machine-like results, right? And so 3-to-1 is a healthy risk to reward ratio. Especially when you're starting out, but then it'll get to a point where you just want to explore a little more and start doing a 10-to-1 risk to reward ratio on all of your trades. Now, here's what's going to make you a beast. Because you can identify, entry opportunities, because you can identify trading opportunities in the market, and you get pretty good with that, and you're accurate with that. Combining that with the real tight risk to reward ratio, really keeping your risk management under control and just kind of hacking it, forget it. You could go so far. You're literally, what Leo just showed you is literally you printing money, right? It's literally you printing money. Literally, right? All these tools are here and they're here to help. But the more familiar you get with this stuff and the more consistent you are, the further you will go. Now, why is it we have multiple students that's been learning from us for years and they still haven't been able to break that, they still haven't been able to make that breakthrough? The reason why is because they are not persistent enough. They are not consistent enough. Right? They see what's going on. They love the idea of becoming extremely successful as a trader, but they're not doing what you must do, and that is taking the risk and staying consistent with it. We could teach you everything that we know. We could give you the textbooks. We could give you these lessons, but you have to also get your personalized experience, right? You have to get your personalized experience because not everything's going to be set perfect, right? So here's an example of a 3-to-1 risk reward ratio on a buy. What would that look like when it comes to a sell? Same thing, but reverse. You will want to use the short position tool. I personally like TradingView. It's way more interactive and way more smoother for me, but of course, everyone has their own taste. Same deal. All right, let's do a 15 pip risk, right? 15 pip risk. Let's do a 45 pip reward. Okay, and you can see, all right, you can see that several of these levels are being honored. Now, instead of just doing the basics, right? If you start familiarizing yourself with more and more strategies, that means you are not doing what everyone else is doing. Therefore, not only are you going to be winning more trades, but you're less likely to get stopped out. Remember, the major financial institutions are taking all the beginners out, all the people that don't know what they're doing, right? But as long as you can navigate your way and actually start applying several strategies, it's going to be hard for the major financial institutions to come only just for you. They're going for the common folk, right? You have to be uncommon when it comes to your approach in the markets, and you're getting several tools in doing so. Look, it's a lot easier to dig for gold with tools than it is to dig for gold with your bare hands. And it's the same concept when you're approaching the markets, right? You can have an individual just basically draw up support, resistance, trend lines, and only that. But when you combine several other tools with it, these indicators, right, and start using these groups of indicators to get the confluence you need in order to, really see trading opportunities, you're going to stand out. You're going to be good to go, right? I've developed several strategies. If you look over here to the right-hand side, I developed several strategies. This is just one of when the market is consolidating, but I developed others, right? One of the ones that I developed when the market is trending or experiencing momentum is the web slinger, which is another one that's been doing a lot of people justice throughout the years. Now, this is a little different. This is more when the market is actually trending. And so here's the deal, right? Here's the deal. When you are trading under trending conditions, when is the best time for you to actually trade? And so whenever that question pops to mind, the thing that I think of, the best time to enter a trade while the market is trending is before the trend even begins. How do you catch trades? Okay? How do you catch trades before a trend actually begins? And so when I developed the web slinger as the counterpart to the simple scalper when the market is consolidating, web slinger when the market is actually experiencing momentum and going through trending situations, this is what I discovered. Whenever we have an opportunity where a candle, okay, crosses up all the web strings, okay? Once we get it to cross up the final web strings on the way up, these turn blue and red, blue for bullish, okay, red for bearish. When we get that, right, and that confirmation candle right over here, let's use the vertical line right over here, okay, boom. This right here is telling me there's a lot of push to the upside, right? And so what I want to do is I want to continue this, all right? And I want to see really how far does it go. Now, you already know, okay? When we look to the left, the market is giving us a story. So what is the next high, above this level, okay? Here was a similar level that it touched before. But if we look back in the past, we'll start to see some weekly levels that we could actually match this with. And so what we see this crossing up the web strings. And when we use the measure tool, okay, crossing up the web strings, we're going to measure it from the top web string. All right. When we take that all the way up, right, look at that right there. Okay. That right there is a 112 pip move. All right, now let's look at it when the market is going bearish, before it begins the trend and it does the cross, okay, when it actually does the cross. So I developed these strategies, but I also improved it over the years. So this is Web Slinger 3.0, right? Barely anyone has really seen this, only my private groups. But when we actually see a downtrend happening and we can take advantage of it, even if it's a small move, so maybe it's not a major trend, but it is some momentum going, in the southward direction. Check this out. As soon as we get that cross, right? Look, as soon as we get that cross defined, okay, look at this. From this point to this point, all right, that's a solid 55 pip move right there. Solid 55 pips, okay? Now, this works even crazier with exotic pairs such as USD Mexican, which I just scored 400 pips in the last 7 days. With that, I just did one trade, one and done. Okay, one and done. Tight risk to reward ratio right there. I won. I scored 400 pips. I'm good. Literally, that was a one and done regular Forex trade. I do other styles of trading too. Okay, I trade binary options, but I'm very active in Forex currently right now because of prop firms. Okay, I have several individuals that get my mentorship and I put out signals. So whenever I'm looking at the market, right, and I'm identifying opportunities, what I do is I simply go right into my system that I built myself. Okay, I go right into my system and I put out the trade ideas, okay? So I get up in here and I start putting out my trade ideas, okay? And they automatically go into my Discord and also to my Telegram. I've already been in talks with Leo. Me and Leo, we're talking some things through. But basically what I do is I'll put a position, on here. I'll put an idea on here and I'll let you know what is it, sell or buy. I'll give you the 3 price points necessary for you to follow the idea. I'll make sure that I put the time expiration in if it's a binary trade. Okay, but we do just more than that. We also do exotic forex. You know, I do several exotic forex positions. What I do is I separate it from regular forex because it is a different ball game in terms of, you know, risk and things like that. But again, harmonic scanner AI, I have these tools all within my grasp, all within my reach. I've developed all these different strategies that you see over here. Let's say I go with Blue Magic Pro. Boom. All right. I have this. And what's very impressive is that on the back testing, systems, and the back testing systems is winning automatically. But obviously to really hone and squeeze the success out of a template, out of a strategy, is you have to identify these pieces yourself. But if I let it ran on the algorithm, it would automatically have more wins than losses. And that is insane, right? Because that means that 60% if it was just a blind robot trading. But if you're actually identifying the opportunity, that accuracy is going to jump to the 80, 90 percentile, right? So, you know, we're really doing some beastly stuff over here. And so, you know, I a lot of this stuff, y'all, listen, this is crazy. So this right here, this is the Keltner channel, and it kind of works reverse, you know, comparing that to the Bollinger Bands. The Keltner channels are reverse. So whenever you see the market is above the Keltner channel, that means that thing is going to run bullish. Look at this. And I have my buy crosses, sell crosses over here too, along with the strategy. And it's a different momentum strategy because this is designed to be, you know, riding the Keltner channels. 108 pip move right there. Look, I mean, these opportunities are literally right in front of our faces, and it's truly incredible. So let me zoom in over here. Here's one of my trades that hit take profit. One of the trades that I called out. Again, 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Sometimes things shift a little bit, but 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio over here. And look at this right here. This is a 45 pip move right there. Bingo, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, we have the stuff that you need. Now, here's the thing. Here's one of the things that I've noticed, right? There's a lot of people that want to be extremely successful trading Forex. They want to be extremely successful trading crypto, trading binary options. But not everyone has the luxury of time, especially in this economy at this point right now. Ain't nobody got that extra time, right? But, you know, what we are doing is we are analyzing the markets, we're scanning everything, and we're providing the ideas over to you. Okay, we are providing the ideas over to you. Leo has 7-figure trading secrets. I have mine on billions. And together, right, we will be collabing on future projects, right? But case in point, develop a strategy to avoid financial tragedies. Consistency is key. You have to be consistent enough and persistent enough to really master this thing. You got to come in like if it's a money heist. You get in, you get your profits, and you get out. You don't stay in it. If you stay in it, you might lose what you just won. Or you might lose and try the revenge trade, and then your whole account will go ass backwards. So it really is about discipline and consistency and really maintaining, you know, your strategy. One of the things that I see people do, and is more from a psychology standpoint, a market psychology standpoint, is they'll try someone's strategy and it doesn't work the first time, and they're like, nah, this isn't for me. You have to keep trying, like really, you know, trial and error. You gotta actually experience the accuracy and the percentage behind these strategies. You can't just keep switching it up all the time. You have to stay consistent, okay? And you have to at least understand how some of these strategies work. Ask questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question. So we're going to be here for you. We're going to be here to help answer your questions. We're going to dominate. What is it that we do? I know Leo and I are due for a conversation. He invited me on here, and I decided, hey, you know what? You know, Leo's been one of my best friends for over 10 years, okay? This is one of my dogs. And somebody that I'll definitely ride for, especially when it comes to, you know, this industry. So, you know, With that said, Leo, I'm gonna give it right back over to you. This is your show, but I really do appreciate you having me on, and it's always a blessing getting on, my brother. Are you on, Leo? Oh, let me get him. Boom, right here, and let me make him a host again.
Okay, I'm
Boom,
here. Can you hear me?
loud and clear, brother.
Excellent. Thank you so much. That was amazing. And I always appreciate your energy, your professionalism. As you guys can see, he's so well put together. This is why, he is who he is. So everybody just drop a 777 for him and show some love for Nes. Let me drop first one, drop 777s right here, baby. Okay. Now, for the last few minutes, I'd like to open up the class to anyone that has any questions or want to know anything, need to review something, anything. Anybody has any questions? It could be, for example, Ness gave you a little example of how to enter and exit trades. So I mean, anything. Anybody has anything? Any questions? Or want to see more or whatever? Excellent.
Hey, what's going on, Leo and Dante?
Hey, Dante! Good to see you, brother.
Likewise, man. I just wanna give y'all flowers, man. But I really want to give you a big shout out because, you was one of the guys who took me underneath your wing. I was new to trading. Took me underneath me, and you really showed me the benefits of the candlestick patterns. Because I wasn't one who traded candlestick patterns, but you really broke it down for me, and that has definitely helped me out a whole lot. And for that, I just want to give you your flowers, and I want to say I appreciate you for showing me that. And also, I want to give it up to Ness because Ness, I was online when you made a huge payday. I say like that, and that forever changed my life when it came to learning the skill set and making money. When I seen you online that one day and you made the 8 figures, man, I was like, it was nothing else nobody could ever tell me about any other facets of making money. So I just wanted to give y'all flowers, man, and I'm gonna definitely stay plugged in with you all.
I appreciate it, bro.
Thank you, Dante. I appreciate it, man. This is Dante. He is the leader of Team 2 weeks notice, and his squad. His entrepreneurial background. He tries to clear everybody that everyone's giving in their 2 week notice at work. So as part of his vision and part of the reason why he's here. So shout outs to you, back to you, Dante, because you went from a student to your own beast, your own powerhouse. So Ness, that he's definitely a great guy.
Wow.
Appreciate that. And that's it, man. And look, Ness, if you could find that video and put it back on YouTube, man, I would appreciate it.
Man, it's already being live streamed on my YouTube right now.
Okay.
Yeah, because I already knew. So, Leo, I got this on simulcasting on YouTube as well as Facebook and I think on my Telegram or whatnot, because I already knew me and you collabing is going to be one for the books, bro. So, everyone's going to be able to see this replay.
Oh, beautiful. I wasn't recording it. I know. Awesome. I appreciate that. Thank you. At the end of the class, I was like, man, we should record this. Let me take a moment to just shout out everybody that made it here today, from people that we've known for a while to anybody that's new here. I really appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. As you can see, we're not salesmen. We're really trying to just do the right thing and show some love, guys. So what I would like for you guys to do is this for me. I'm going to be doing this every week, maybe once or twice a week, as you saw Ness has hinted away at some stuff happening. There's some people that may not be on this call. There's some stuff happening, and I don't, me. I'm not someone that, if anybody doesn't know this, I'm not someone that sells. I don't like blowing it out of proportion, but I'm very excited about this run. It feels different. It doesn't feel like we were like kids and we're MLM or anything. And we're now adults. We're men. When we started, we were young men or maybe even kids, and now we're men with a lot of experience, a lot better character, and closer to God. May I say so? I was just about to end, but we have somebody with their hand up. I believe Jade wants to say something. Jade, you still need to say something?
Hi, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Leo. Good evening,
So,
Miss.
good to see you.
Yes, so what I wanted to say, I just want to say, Leo and Miss, I want to say thank you so much. There's so much that I've learned over the years that I'm really grateful for. And Ness, I met you in Jamaica. I also met you in Vegas. I think I don't know if you remember me. My name is Aisha, by the way. But you gave a story how you started out trading. That has never left me. In
Wow.
my dark times or when I would have wanted to quit, I always remember how you started trading and how you gave your story that you were faced. It's like as if your back was against the wall and you said, listen, I had to get this done, I had to do it. Now, Leo, with what you have taught us over the years and taught me, what I have done, and one of these days I hope that we can have our meeting to look at it. There is a website, there.com, that I have turned it into something beautiful. I've shared it with a few persons in terms of trading strategies and how we're able to trade on these synthetics and just make it work, right? And I owe it all to you because of the background and the foundation that you really gave me. And I know a lot of us here in how to trade and how to really be consistent and stay grounded. And I really appreciate this. And just hearing this again, seeing this again this evening, just doing this is I'm really appreciative of it because it has taken me back in time and it's been part of my why I am doing what I'm doing now. Thanks again.
Beautiful. Thank you so much,
That
Aisha.
was powerful.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. That's amazing. You see, you never know who you're going to affect, man. That's why you've always got to treat people with love and respect. Ness has always been someone to be very inspiring. You know, the meaning, the Greek word of dunamis means to be inspired and touched by God, and entheos, I mean the power of God, and entheos means to be inspired and touched by God. When I look at Ness, that's how I see that energy flowing through him, and that's why he's able to make those connections. I mean, Aisha goes back years, guys. Like she was there for one of the day ones. So is Fern, and Fern wants to actually say something. Go ahead, Fern. Feel free.
Just real quick, I just want to say hi to everybody. I'm very excited, for what's to come. And just really introduce myself. I'm still kind of new at this, so I'm excited to learn. But, as you know, Leo, I have a lot of great things, in the workings as well. I'm an entrepreneur. I have a couple of businesses actually now. And I just know the power of trading. I've seen it, do work miracles for so many others. It's time that I just, knuckle down and get it right this time. I started an IML. That's where I met, Leo and Ness. I think I met you like once or twice as well. I met
Nice.
a couple of your get-togethers, if you will, in New York City. But yeah, I'm just excited. I just wanted to say, hey, what's up to everyone?
Awesome.
Fire.
We look forward to seeing you guys again. Fern is actually she's pretty dope. She's in the music industry as well, so she got a lot of big things happening. She has a really dope group that I'm actually keeping my eye on. Let's probably talk about it later. But
Yeah.
guys, I see the chats coming in. I appreciate you, Max. I appreciate you, Renique. Max, my cousin who both started this journey together. Is it possible for me to link you guys? Of course. Just reach out to us. You can find us on IG. I spend most of my time on IG now. I got off all the other social medias. I don't know what it is, but I'm just like that. Anyway, so you can find me on IG, Leo Manaya, Leo, last name Manaya, Minaya. You can look up Nes by, or my company, Seven Figure Trading Secrets. You can look up Nes by Nes, Nes. Velasquez, I guess, or you're just under just Nes, I'm not sure.
Yeah, Ness Velasquez. You look me up, my social medias will pop.
It'll pop up really fast, guys. So,
Hmm.
Jay, you just drop in your number, got it. All right, guys. So I'm gonna end the meeting here. I want to congratulate everyone for making it tonight. We're on time, 9:01. I'll everybody give 7 sevens for Ness spending his time with us and giving us his knowledge. And everybody else, give yourself a 7 7 for some love. I hope you have a great night today. Take this with you and be on the next one. I hope and I challenge you guys. Here's a challenge to invite one person because I like to snowball and catapult this into something big. So I'd like for you guys, if possible, to invite one person, minimum one person next week. I'm going to be doing this every week. And so we can bless them. I'm going to get even a little bit more detailed as how we actually enter and exit trades and stuff like that. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to say goodnight. And I'm going to leave you guys off with a big giant kiss and a blessing from God, okay? And Ness, if you want to say goodnight.
Good night, guys, and thank you so much for taking your valuable time out of your night to learn with us. We appreciate it.
All right, guys. See you next week. Stay tuned to our social media so that you can be informed, and you can join our telegrams if you like to. Reach us out, and we'll send you our private groups, the scores, and stuff like that. God bless, guys. Have a great night.
Have a great night.